Hello everyone, it's Michelle Pepper here. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Auckland, in New Zealand. Welcome to my weekly class to go. Now, if you are new to my channel, if you are visiting for the first time, please leave a comment or just to let me know how have you found me. That would be greatly appreciated. And I also would appreciate it if you like the videos and share it. Because sharing is caring, and I like more people to know what I do, and I hope you enjoy this video very much. Now, if you live in New Zealand, you will be able to get the card kits for this class for free, just as a thank you gift from me when you place an order with me this week by Friday. Okay, so by Friday, if you had placed an order with me midnight on Friday, if you place an order with me, I will know that I will have the 4 card kits, total 4 card kits, sent out to you by Monday. That's the aim. So without further ado, let's have a look at what we're making today. So this week we are playing with the Sending Smile stamp set and also the coordinating dies, which over here it's called Sending Dies. Alright, so these are photopolymer stamp set with a ton of dies that I try to keep track of. I think they're all here. That's great. And so now this is not new, but it is carried over into our current annual catalog, and you can find it on page 26. So incidentally, if you do not have a catalog and you are in New Zealand, please let me know, contact me, and I will be happy to send you a copy. So on page 26 you will see the stamp set, and it tells you all the details, and also if it coordinates with any dies, which it does, which is the sending dies. Now what I do with my the way I structure my time, so I have a plan of what I'm doing. So this entire week I have been sharing projects using the stamp set, and so now with this class I will demonstrate 2 projects. Right now, first of all, I pick out a card sample that has been created by Stampin' Up's amazing concept artist and artisan. So I have picked out this card in order to case, and I share that card and I share about how I've case it, which is copy and selectively edit, and I blog about it on Mondays. Okay, so on Mondays I pick a card that features the stamp set that we're playing with, and then I do a case of it. So I wanted to share that now, but before that, if you notice this little thing here, this little picture here, and the note here says metallic enamel effects basics. So basically it's like a little paint type thing, or glue. I'm actually not sure what it is, but what it is you squeeze it out and you let it dry, and there's just a little embellishment, if you like, and I wanted to use it for my class, but I actually haven't got it yet. It's on its way. It's on order. I mean, I've ordered it and it's on its way, but I just didn't have it in time to play with it, but I just love the little effects of it. So anyway, I thought I'd point that out to you. Alright, so let me just leave that card open, because I haven't actually made the actual card, so I'll leave it out here for reference. This is the card that I have made. That is a case of that, so just put it right next to it so you can kind of see. Very similar. I've used the same paper from the Bright and Beautiful 6x6 DSP, except I have turned it around and have the stripes going horizontally instead of vertically, and instead of blending, you know, the color, the blue color onto the paper itself, I've actually, what I've done is I've made a cutout here with one of the dies from Stamping Fancy Dies, I believe it's called. And then I have another piece of cardstock underneath that, and I did blend that in the blue and the flowers. Yeah, so that's how I've changed it. And I have also changed it. This one was on basic white card stock, whereas I've just, you know, changed it and put it onto Parakeet Party. Yeah, but I really love how the artist Krista, I think it was, have offset this panel, like instead of putting it right in the middle. So I've done the same here. So yeah, so that was card number 1 that I shared on Monday. Love it, love the brightness of it. So that was number 1. So that's one card. And then on Tuesday, I shared, oh, look at this, Christmas in July. How is that? I've made my first Christmas card for this year. I don't know. What do you do? Do you make Christmas cards throughout the year? Do you, was it too early in July to make Christmas cards? Do you wait till last minute, like in November, December? So anyway, that's using the same stamp set. So I basically, I think it was this one, I've used that to kind of make that wreath. And sending, and Mary is actually a sentiment that is out of the Love Santa Christmas card kit from Stampin' Up that is still current and it's still available. So yeah, so I've just reused that. So I've embossed those in gold, love embossing. And also this is dry embossing with the Mary Melody, I think it's called Melody, Mary Melody 3D embossing folder. So, so let me just see if you can see it. Yeah, here you go. Yeah, so, and that's my first Christmas card in July. How's that? And okay, so let's go on with our cards that we're making today. First card I have for you is this. All right, so it's nice, sweet little number. And yeah, so let me just show you what you get in your card kit. So this is what you'll get. Well, you get 2 of it, 2 of this, and then 2 of the next card that we'll be making today. And so in total, you'll get 4 card kits. All right, so as per Stampin' Up policy, I'm not allowed to have stamp images for you. So that part you will have to do. But what I have done is pre-cut. I've designed the card, and then I've pre-cut things that I can give you, and then you can watch this video and yeah, learn to put it together. I'm just going to grab a piece of paper to protect my counter space. Let's have a look. Let's just grab one of these. Okay, so this is nice and simple. Let's have a look what we have here. We've got a thick card base, basic white card base, so that's nice and easy. We're going to leave that there. Oops, that's our butterfly. So the main feature is this little thing, this little basic white. I have I have used this Whimsy stitch. Oh, I am very tongue-tied today. Stitch with Whimsy dies. Here you go, Stitch with Whimsy dies. So lots of stitching in the dies, but it doesn't actually cut it out. It just makes the stitching on the cardstock. Okay, so we can have that. Now, firstly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the blending brushes. Now, I've already got the colors on here. It's really just a light, I'm just going to blend the colors, and it's really light, so I'm not going to, I don't think I need to re-blend it. So let's have a look. Just going to start off lightly and bring it in. Okay. Let's have a look. Is there much color? Wow. Here we go. Now, so it's the thicker you, the more pressure you apply, right? Then the more color you get. Okay, so I'm just gonna, so it's very therapeutic, and it's also pays to be patient because you don't want a harsh blend, you know, like I'll show you if you haven't done this before. Now, what did I use for this? I cannot remember, but I think it's actually, I can't remember whether I use Fresh Freesia or Bubble Bar, but I know I use both. So okay, so this is quite light, but yeah, you don't want a harsh, you know, spot basically. All right, so I'm just gonna, but I think this is dark enough anyway. I'm quite happy with that. All right, so just gonna leave that as it is. But yeah, so that's what I do, right? Just picking up from the stamp pad now, and then the green is garden green, but again, I've already got some here, so I'm just going to use it. So, and I'm going to just, right, now, and that's cool, quite happy with that. Now at this point, you see, this is what you can do. You can leave it as it is, but I want it to cut around it. You see, I want it the little shape, so that's what I'll do. Now, there's no right or wrong. You can stamp first and then cut, or you can, maybe we can do that. I don't know. Maybe we can do that. Okay, let's do, or actually, no, I changed my mind. I don't think it really matters. So I'm just going to cut around. I'm just following the stitching marks, okay? So I'm not being too careful. I'm just leaving a border of some width and actually uneven. I'm not being too pedantic with this, okay? So I'm just using our paper snips or scissors and just cutting around. I know, it's kind of times like this I wish that it had the die actually cuts it out, but no, it doesn't. So anyway, can't do much about that, right? So I'm just going to do that. Almost there. Right. So cute. The Stitch with Whimsy dies. I love this die actually. It's just so cute. Alright, so that can go into the rubbish. Let's have a look. There we go. And then now we can do some stamping. Now I have got the green, this one here. So there's still green there. Alright, just making sure that it is green. And then I also have that one, that stamp, need that stamp for the petals here. And then I need this for the middle part. And then I also need that. Alright, I'm just going to keep it simple, and we are using Bubble Bar. Alright, so I'm going to stamp that right about, ooh, how far is, like maybe about a third of the way. Do you reckon? No two cards are going to end up being the same, right? So yeah, what I've done here is I've actually, for this card, I have actually used a bit of the stamping blends to kind of color around the edges as well. But actually for this card, this version, I might just leave it as it is. And then I will also, now I will need this, right? So I am not done with this yet, but I want to do this. There's some spacing, you know, that I have to be aware of. So let's do garden green. I'm going to bring out garden green. So I just want to get that and make sure that my spacing are all right. It's pretty dark, and kind of curves right around. Alright, so that's cool. It's a little bit further in, okay, like as you can see. Oh, I've got a piece of here. Like I said, no two cards is going to be the same, so don't compare, and nobody's seen the original, so you know, nobody knows the better. Now that was the other one that I need the other flower, which is going to go right about here. There we go. So yeah, so that's what I have done. I can show you. I suppose I don't have the blush, the bubble bath stamping blends yet, so I don't have that. But I do have the Fresh Freesia, which is the other color that I have used in this. So I can try and show. It might have to end up coloring the whole thing though. Let's have a look. Yeah, so if you want it to have a bit of, you know, like color, you could do that sort of thing. Right, so we have done that bit. Might actually just colour it in. Just kind of giving it a, I don't know, I'm just playing as well. Right. So there you go. So that's just this is just kind of made it a bit darker. So ideally what I would have liked is to have the bubble bath so I can actually blend it together. In this case I'm not really blending, I'm just colouring, you know, I'm just, yeah, so kind of like not exactly what I have in mind, but yeah, we'll just do that. That's fine. Right, we can just do that. And so I've just shown you what you can do, right? You can just leave it as it is. I would have probably just left it anyway, but that was cool to be able to show you. Now, colours I have. Where is my yellow stamp pad? There it is. Now, yellow stamp pad is quite juicy. Don't know if you can tell, but what I do sometimes if it's really juicy is I grab the back of a spoon. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, see how I have moved the colour to the side so that it's, or you know, it's so dark and so juicy sometimes. Just in this way I have moved most of the colour away. Grab a piece of tissue so I can just clean that off so it doesn't get everywhere. And then I'm just going to use that now to give it a bit of a colour here. Right, so the beauty of these stamps that are like modular stamps, you know, and it doesn't have to be perfectly lined up, you know. I certainly don't get them perfectly lined up. That one is probably a bit too close and that one's a little bit too far, and also a bit skewered, but I'm okay with that, and I hope you are too. Here we go. Right, so that's nice and easy. And now pretty much I have a feeling that this is going to be really tight. I don't know, I might have to do that. Oh, shall I restart this? No, I can't. I don't want to. It's okay. I will just put it in there. So we're going to have a very cute. Now, you will get, so these are already die cut for you. So that's in basic white. Okay. And then this is also die cut now, but with this, I don't know if you can see the white paper here. It's because I have used the Stampin' Up! The adhesive sheet, right? So I took a strip of this, and then I took a strip of the bubble bath cardstock, and I adhere this onto, this is double-sided. This is double-sided. So on one layer I have, yeah, so I put it on top, and then on the other layer is the sticker bit. So, and then I ran through the die, sending die, so it's all nicely cut out. Now I try to leave that here because there is that little dot for the eye. Okay, so that's kind of tricky. Now use your pick, take your pick tool to get rid of these pieces. We've got that. I'm going to leave the eye, the dot for the eye till last minute. And sometimes if I think in that one, like I couldn't find that, so I think I used one of these. I might have used the S. Alright, so where's everything? Let's move these out of the way because they have ink on them. Right, and then these will need to be thrown out soon. Okay, and then what I want to do now is try and, this is going to be a bit tricky, see if you can find a way to peel the sticker off. Oh, it's a bit tricky, isn't it? Here we go. Yeah, so you can peel this off. It's pretty sticky. It's just a little bit delicate, so try and be patient so you don't rip the thing off, the sentiment. Okay, so I've taken some off, not the entire thing, and then I try and line it up. Right. Okay, gotta use, see what I mean? A little bit at a time. So this is the bit that can be a bit time consuming, but it's well worth it. Yeah, so let's have a look. Maybe I'll just pull it off. Right. Sending. And here is my last bit, which is the G. Right, got rid of that. And there. So now you can see the sending. Right, okay. And then to get that dot out, that tricky thing, no, where did it go? It's so tiny. There, done. So we've got sending. Now that's going to go on here. Now I've left it, not much room there, so that's okay. And then I'm going to write a note of thanks. I'm going to keep with a note of thanks because I do need a note of thanks quite a bit. Sending Then I might have to go over the stem down there. That's okay. Yeah, because I don't know. I could put it up there. Do you think I like? Let's have a look. Sending. I just don't know if I like the placing up there as much. I do like the placing down here. So maybe I'll just do that. I will do that. Alright, sending. A note of thanks. Okay, and do that's in I'm going to just place it here. Sending a note of thanks. Okay. Right, so let's get these. Let me just get rid of these. Probably don't need that right now, and probably don't need that, but you can keep this for another project. That's quite cool. Now let me just have a look. What do I need? I need this, and I'm just going to pop this up so that yeah, it's just given a bit of dimension to this. So I've got here and there. Oh, paper's come off. Right, and then that up there, there. So I think we're kind of even. If we wanted to, we can actually have, yeah, if we wanted to be sure, we can have one on here and one on here too. So it's nice and evenly spread out. I'm just getting rid of the backing. So, alright, then, oh, you know what, I should probably glue that bit first. Order of things, right? Right, love the liquid glue. It's my choice of, and making sure that I'm opening that way, because so often we make mistakes and, you know, we end up doing that or upside down type thing. So just making sure that's opening the right way. And I'm putting, I could put this to the side. No, I think I'll just stick with this. Right, happy with that. And then now that will go on here. Sending, and then finally we need the butterflies. So I think with this one, because this has changed a little bit, I might just leave it there. I haven't actually pressed it right down because I want it to see. Okay. Okay, so I've just changed it a little bit. Alright, so there you have it. This is card number 1. Done. It's so pretty, eh? Don't you think? I just love this. Oh, great. I know. Got 2 cards now that I can send to people to say thank you. Here we go. So that's your card. Of course, you can, you know, you don't have to put note of thanks. If you prefer to say happy birthday, sending birthday wishes, sending love and hugs, or what have we got here? What have we got in the stamp set? We've got love and big hugs. We've got sending birthday wishes, sending a card to say hello, sending comfort and strength, sending sunshine to brighten your day. That's pretty cool. Sending all the good luck your way, sending smiles across the miles. So there are a few options for you. And if you don't have the stamp set, then I'm sure you can replace it with something else that you already have. Otherwise, place an order with me and you'll get these card kits for free. Here we go. So let's put this aside. That was card number 1. Now, card number 2, I have, there is so much you can do with a stamp set, right? As I show you, there's so much you can do with a stamp set that, yeah, it was a little bit difficult, you know, choosing what to do. But I have chosen these. All right, so this, I have made it kind of more masculine, you know, so, yeah, I don't know. So I didn't use the flowers, but I have used the leaves, the foliage, and I've used DSPs for this. Now, this is also a little fun fold type of card. So it opens up like that. So there's a panel here for you to write extra messages, or, you know, if you wanted to stamp in there. But my idea also was if you wanted to put a gift card, right, you can stick that gift card on with a mini glue dot or a couple of mini glue dots and just stick it on there. And yeah, how cool is that? You can open it up and there's a little gift card there. And then you open it and that's the inside of your card. So I thought that's pretty cool. Sending birthday wishes. Anyway, so this is the second card that we're making. So let's move that one out the way. Oops. I don't want that. Now, here is the card kit. Oh, what I've done is, because I'm using the DSP, I thought I will show you different colors. I mean, it's the same card, but it's a different color. And that's probably what I'll do as well in your card kit. I'll give you one in the copper clay and one in the pebble path. Okay, so I think both will work well. So let's have a look. Always your card kits come with a Stampin' Up envelope, which is lovely. And yeah, so let me just move these envelopes out of the way. So what have we got here? You've got a card base, all right, which is the pebble path in this case, or copper clay. And then so let's I'm going to just, I have kept this simple. I didn't you know, stamp on the inside, so I'm just gonna, yeah, because sometimes you want a few people signing the cards as well, so I don't know, I just like to leave that option open. So alright, so there's room there, so that's there, and I'm just going to quickly use the bone folder to make sure that this is sitting well. Alright, so we've got that, and then the next layer is your DSP. It's I would have scored it for you at the 4-inch mark, okay, and then you just fold it so you can see both sides of the DSP, and that basically just goes on here like that. So nice and simple. So you can choose, obviously, if you prefer the dotties there and the stripey there. Alright, but I will just stick to the plan, okay, because I wanted to show you. So I'm going to do, because I wanted to show you the same card, but in different colors, right? Right. So green glue is so good, Tombow glue. Love it, love it, love it, because I have much more flexibility with it. There are other glues, glue adhesives, and they have their place as well. So, but yeah, in general, I just like these because I have room for maneuver. Right, so there you go. So that's how we do this fun fold. Nice and simple, eh? And then you've got these layers, which are exactly the same size, okay? So they matted. So the white on the pebble path and the white on the pebble path. So one's for the inside and one's for the outside here. So we're going to do this panel here, which is that the same color? Yes, it is. Just for a minute I thought it looked vanilla, but it's actually not vanilla. It's actually white. Bring this back in, because now we're going to stamp on this. I'm going to leave that on the side here. Now we're going to stamp on this. We're going to do the leaves. Alright, so we've got this leaf, and the color is Old Olive in this one. Okay, I'm using Old Olive. Seems to be using a lot of Old Olive lately. There. 1, 2, 3, maybe a little bit more. Okay, so it's 4, and then I turn it over and do the same. 1, 2, 3. Only 3. Oh, yep, that's cool. So that's there. And then we've got the birthday wishes. Okay. What have I done with the birthday wishes? Oh, they're right here. Oh, and what color did I have it in? So I've used copper clay. So I've used copper clay to do the birthday wishes. And this one, I'm going to use Pebble Path. But before I do that, I'm just going to, again, you know, in terms of placement, I just want to make sure. I suppose I could just do it right in the center, but I'll hold off doing that for now. I don't need the green Old Olive stamp pad, so I can put that away. Now you also get this little piece, this little green piece, and this is now when we are going to stamp with the sending stamp. So then the first card we have it die cut out, you know, but this one we're going to stamp right here. I'm going to stamp it in Versamark because I'm going to be embossing it with gold powder. Let me just bring out the gold powder here as well, just to have it all ready. Okay, so ready to go. And then let's stamp this. Now I'm doing it upside down this way because the stamp is quite big, so I'm just going to do it that way, just to give it a nice coverage of Versamark ink, and then press it down the middle. Alright, so you got to go nice and firm. Yep, it's sticky, so you could hear that, didn't you? And then, so it's a watermark ink, and it's sticky, and now with the powder, just going to get gold powder on it. How cool is that? So this is what it looks like. It's kind of all grainy, and I will, it's going to be a bit loud. I will run through the, using the heat tool, but hopefully it picks it up and it shows you. If you're new to stamping and new to crafting and haven't seen embossing before, this is magic. Let's have a look. I'm heating it up from underneath. Oh, can you see it? Oh, loving it. Isn't it magic? This is what I mean by magic. Okay, it's getting hot. Whoops. Yeah, it gets really hot, so I'm just turning it around. But you saw how cool that turned. This. Ta-da! This, my friends, is what got me so excited and hooked on card making. It's when I can do things like that. It's called wet embossing. Embossing with metallic powder. This is metallic powder, so that's so cool. Now, it's that cool, that piece. Now, for our card though, we need to cut it out. So you can either use the paper snip and cut around it, or this stamp set and dies. The dies come with that. Okay, so you would just then put it around here, lined it up, and run it through the stamping cut and emboss machine. Alright, so that would just run through the machine, and I have pre-done it so that I don't take up too much of your time. But also it's kind of boring for you waiting for me, but I've done it. Okay, so that's what it looks like when it's done. So I can have that for another card. Right, so now I'm going to be able to use this on here. I don't actually need this now. Yay! So I'm going to have that. See, I think it works as well with the green. The green is such a neutral color, isn't it? So that would be there. And then this time, our birthday wishes, a note of thanks. No, I want birthday wishes. Yep. I want birthday wishes for this. Now, did I check that I have cleaned this? Yep. Clean. So now we want Pebble Path because that was the color. So the in-color papers, these are the in-color papers that comes like this in a pack of 40 sheets. So yeah, so you get all the 5 different in-color colors. So you can make multiples of this card, really. You know, the one card, and you can and then you can. I just love the whole idea of the what do you call it? The gift card, because you know, masculine cards, guys. Right, I'm going to put it there. Oh, actually, it's a bit uneven. That's right. Happy with that. There you go. I think it's a bit crooked, but that's okay. We'll be fine. If you watch me long enough, you know I'm not really into perfection. Okay. Well, I used to be, and actually I am. I am into perfection, but I'm trying hard not to be. Because it's actually a thief, a stealer of time and energy, I think. When we're too hung up on getting things just so. You know, don't get me wrong, I still like the details and I still put effort into details, but if it's slightly crooked, it's not gonna be the end of the world, and I don't have to get stressed about it, which I used to. So but I want paper crafting and card making to be fun, and so I am not gonna be too hung up on little things like that. Right, I'm gonna do that here, and I think, how did I do this before? There. Oh, hang on. I don't want it to be on this too. Oops, this is what I did before. I don't want it to be on the G because that's going to hang over here, and I don't want it to glue onto it, and so it glue it shut. I want it to be able to open, right? So I don't want it on the G. Okay, that one can go back to, yeah. So yeah, so I have them on, not the G. All right. Let's just put it on here because then it's easier for me to Alright, now I can pick this up and throw the rubbish out. Okay, so, and oh, I also need to stick this on. Now be careful again. You don't want to glue the whole thing because you don't want to glue it shut. Okay, you want to be able to open this flap. So only on this side, on this left side, which when you turn it over is on your right. It's a tricky one. Right. Then kind of just eyeballing where you want it to be. Yep, I'm quite happy with that placement. Alright, so there's that. And then now that goes on here. Oops, I stuck it on before I was ready. Whoa, come on. Baby, yeah. Okay, sending birthday wishes. Now, tricky bit as well, this part here. This is the best way of doing this so that you know it's all lined up properly. Okay, so instead of doing that and trying to work out, you know, it's going to cover, so you can just line it up against this side. Alright, so let's see. Will you be able to see better if I have a white backing there? So I'm just lining up on here. I'm going to put glue. Wait, just line up on here. If anything, just slightly under. Alright, so go there. Alright, and then I'm going to close this way. Alright, look at that. Voila! It's done, and it covers it completely. So there you go, you open it, flap number 1, and then the inside of the card. Alright, so this is a cool little fun fold. I love it. And so you have the 2 different versions, the copper clay. Is that what it's called? Copper clay, yep, and the pebble path. So the idea is masculine. So you can give this to masculine, to your male, to the males, and but also to ladies who prefer that kind of colors and not the frilly pinky colors. And so yeah, those are options. I hope you enjoy that. That's card number 2, and this is card number 1. So just a reminder again, so in order to get the card kits for this class, you just need to place an order with me if you live in New Zealand, and for $40 or more this week by the end of Friday, midnight Friday. Okay, and then that allows me time in the weekend, which is already quite full, but yeah, I aim to have that all ready to be sent out to you on the Monday. Alright, so thank you very much for joining me, and I hope to see you again next week. Thank you, bye.